Welcome to the Buxton Forest and Tree Farm. We're here in the foothills of the Coast Range in Buxton, Oregon, in Washington County. We originally purchased about 160 acres in 1977. We added on to the tree farm in 2017, purchasing another 138 acres.
We came here to the property in Buxton in 1977. We had 160 acres that had been logged off and needed to be replanted. Not knowing anything about the forest, we contacted our local forestry department, and he set up and had 40 acres scarified, and we replanted under a cost share program. Julie and I, along with our 3 kids, continued over the next 6 years to plant about 60,000 more Douglas fir trees on the property. And then, as life calls out, our plans were kind of changed, and we just let the trees and nature do what they wanted to do with our forest. 2008, we came back to the forest, and what we found was a multi-species, multi-age forest with lots of deciduous trees, but about 40% of our Douglas fir that we'd planted had died. In 2017, we purchased 138 acres of an industrial tree farm. It is like a cornfield. All the trees are planted in rows. We've gone in since then and really nurtured that forest to be a timber forest.
We have an extensive collaboration with the Forestry Department at Oregon State and Professor Eric Jones. We're part of an experiment to explore the commercial production of maple syrup from big leaf maple trees. And we find this is not only just fun and sweet, it's also an opportunity to make good use of our newly dedicated riparian areas. The big leaf maple syrup is quite different than maple syrup that we're all used to. First of all, it's very dark.
We have around 520 taps and maple trees, and we gather probably in the neighborhood of about 1,000 to 1,200 gallons of sap, which we turn into maple syrup. The importance of our management plan is it gives you a direction, and it sets in some point in time where you're at and where you want to be going. You know, we do everything we can to try and manipulate the forest to be what we think we want it to be. But the problem is, you can only do so many things before nature just rejects your ideas about what it should be. We're trying to create different opportunities. Some of the best opportunities we've created is planting Christmas trees along the road. Julie does the shiitake mushroom thing. We're doing the big leaf maple thing. This property was bought after the Second World War by a couple who wanted to raise eggs, and they built 2 32 by 200-foot chicken barns and an egg house. 70 feet of the upper barn we built into living quarters for our house.
We've hosted quite a few, small events for children.
Once the children enter the forest, their technology seems to drop away. Doesn't disappear, but it drops away, and they find a whole new experience in terms of what is around them. What we've tried to demonstrate here is the idea that a forest is just not a bunch of trees standing like a cornfield waiting to be cut down into lumber. That a forest is a living sink or sanctuary for all things that are connected to who we are and how we live.